Welcome to the National Heads Up Poker Championship presented by WSOP.com at Caesars Palace here in the heart of Las Vegas. Now, women usually are not represented well in poker tournaments, but tonight our featured table is ladies only. Now, we will get to Гаэль Бауманн and Liv Boëri in just a moment. The 24 players have already advanced in the clubs, hearts, and spades bracket. 8 players enter diamonds bracket. Try to join them right now as the first round concludes. Now, the last 3 years of this event, the champion has come from the diamonds bracket, so no pressure. And at our feature table, Гаэль Бауманn and Liv Boëri will try to become the second female champion of this event. Гаэль, you were very impressive at the main event. What do you need to do to make a deep run here today?
I guess I'm gonna be lucky enough to win flips.
What do you know about Liv's game?
We played each other 2 or 3 times, I think, but only in full ring tournaments, so I never played a heads up. I don't know, we'll see.
Liv, let's move over to you. Did you get a chance to see Гаэль play this summer?
I certainly did, yeah. I was very impressed. I've never seen how she plays heads up, so it's going to be an interesting experience, and may the best woman win.
Well, good luck to both of you.
Thank
you. Let's get the cards in the air.
And with that, we say welcome, Matt Vasgersian, along with Ali Najat. A rare occurrence tonight for just the 5th time in 473 career NBC heads-up matches. 2 women square off here at the National Heads-Up Poker Championship.
Yeah, it's pretty cool them putting us at the feature table. I didn't expect that.
Plans are going to start out.
Boëri, best known for the €1.25 million she banked at the 2010 EPT main event in San Remo. She actually roomed with fellow heads-up participants Maria Ho and Vanessa Russo during the 2012 World Series, a World Series where Гаэль Бауманn burst onto the scene with a 10th place finish in the main event. She banked almost $600,000 for that showing.
And Liv takes Gail's big blind on the first hand.
Raised it up with deuce 3 suited. Гаэль had queen 4 suited. That's certainly within the range of hands you can expect someone to play, but she's starting the match off conservatively.
10-7 for Гаэль.
600.
And she raises to 600. Connecting cards for Liv.
Call 600.
She makes the call. And we'll see our first flop in this match. And Liv flops a full house.
Yikes. Gail's got an open-ended straight draw. Liv obviously going to check and throw her some rope. Understandably, Gail's going to bet the draw.
750.
750 to Liv. And she puts in a raise to 2,100.
Some deception value to the check raise on the flop with a full house. But Liv, of course, is taking the risk that she would just let Гаэль Bowman muck air here, as opposed to flat calling and keeping her in.
Гаэль made the call and the turn. King of diamonds. And now Gail's officially drawing dead.
5,400 in the middle. Something in the 2 to 2,500 range. Would be nice and tempting for Гаэль to continue.
That's a bigger bet, 3,800 from Liv.
Might be designed to look bluffish and induce a playback from Гаэль here.
Well, she gets a call.
26% of the chips in play are in the middle right now, and we're only 2 hands in.
River's an ace of diamonds.
And Liv's just praying that Гаэль is backed into a flush here and will give her action.
And Liv puts in a bigger bet, 6,500.
It's exactly half the pot.
Гаэль folds. And Liv takes down a nice pot.
And got Гаэль to commit a lot of chips on the...
Actually.
Really? That's cool.
Liv lives in London herself.
Cab drivers are the ones that always recognize me. Like, it's not... I don't get recognized very much.
Suited 6-4 for Гаэль. She raises.
They're usually the people.
Suited queen 10 for Liv. And she makes the call.
Boëri enjoying a better than 3-2 chip lead, courtesy of that full house earlier in the match.
But it's Bowman that enjoys this flop, a big one for her. Top pair and a straight flush draw.
Needless to say, she's going to fire.
700 to Liv. And she makes the call.
Well, that's interesting. Liv is floating here. It's not that she thinks queen high is good. She just wants to get to this turn card and find out what Gail's going to do now that she's checked it to her.
Interesting turn card. Gail improves to 2 pair, but now Liv also has a flush draw. 1,500 to Liv, and she makes the call.
Now, Liv could have made a play at this pot on the turn, but the board texture is dangerous with 4 to a straight out there.
River's a deuce of spades. It pairs the board, and Liv makes her flush.
If the texture wasn't the best for Gail on the turn, it's even worse on the river.
Showdown.
Understandably, she checks behind, and Boëri rolls over the queen high flush. Perhaps frustrated that she didn't lead out.
Boëri takes down the pot, and Liv is living right early in her first round match. This Las Vegas and back to our featured table where Liv Boëri continues to lead Gail Bowman. Blinds are up to 2 and 400 here in the diamonds bracket. Ace king for Gail. She puts in a raise to 800.
Still a min raise with the blinds having gone up. Pretty ugly holding for Liv Boëri.
And look at this. She will put in a re-raise to 2,700.
2,700.
Well, better to 3-bet and try to win it right here than smooth call, and I don't think Gail's going anywhere.
All in.
No, Gail's raising all in.
How much has she got? 13.
Boëri's asking for a count, but it's hard to imagine she's going to call with 9 deuce off.
It's all right. Just approximately? Just approximately, what was it? Like?
Oh, 85, 95, 10,700.
10,700. Okay.
She folded anyway, but still wanted the count.
That's the lazy way to find out what your opponent has. Heads up, when you know what the starting stacks are, you can always just count your own and do the math.
Suited connecting cards for Liv here, 6-5 of clubs. True to form, she raises. Ace-jack for Gail.
Another big ace. She hasn't been content to just smooth call in these spots. She likes to 3-bet. So this is a different look. She's just calling with the ace-jack.
And the flop, 6 deuce 9, no clubs, but Liv pairs her 6.
Yeah, not Gail's favorite flop by any stretch. Knuckles over to Liv, and needless to say, she's going to bet with middle pair. But what do you do now if you're Gail? You don't want to just check fold. It's tough to hit a pair, and the board texture is such that you don't need to be too intimidated.
Gail makes the call. Turns a 10 of spades.
So now it's going to be a little tougher for Liv to bet on the turn. But that's not going to slow her down. With 3rd pair on the board, she is reaching for chips.
And she bets 1,700.
1,700.
Well, credit Gail for laying down there. If she calls the 1,700 on the turn, she's then got to worry about potentially being faced with an even bigger bet on
Liv Boëri and Gail Bowman. Blinds at 4 and 800 here as this match is tightened up a bit. Ace-king for Gail. She'll put in a raise to 1,600. Suited ace-deuce for Liv.
You wonder if she'll 3-bet this time.
Call.
Just a call.
We haven't seen a lot of just defending the big blind out of Liv Boëri. She tends to want to take the lead.
Flop is queen 4-9.
Total swing and a miss here for Liv.
Liv is checked.
Gail can't slow down. She's got to fire the continuation bet. Not in the business of relinquishing control of the pot, which she's purchased with that pre-flop raise.
Liv is called. And the turn. Pairs Boëri's deuce.
Wow, what a fortunate card. Liv doesn't know it, but she's just gotten really lucky to make the best hand. No action on the turn.
Check, check, and now 2-pair for Boëri.
This is real bad news. Running aces up for Liv, and she slips it to Gail, giving Gail a chance to do what she thinks might be bluff at this pot or bet an ace.
500.
3,500 to Liv. She just calls and takes down the pot.
Should have raised.
I'm really surprised that Liv didn't check raise the river here. If Gail had an ace and a pair on the flop, she would have bet the turn as well.
Back to our featured table where the blinds are at 6 and 1,200. Liv Boëri continuing to lead in this match. Ace-4 for Gail.
She's been picking up some pretty good hands.
All in.
And she's raising all in. King 8 for Liv.
That's certainly within the range of hands that Liv feels may be best against Гаэль here. Really close.
Cool.
Call.
And she's called.
Yeah. All in
She'll
the
take her
call.
chances with the King 8 up against the Ace 4.
Liv has the chip
3 to
lead,
2
but
dog
she is
heading to the
behind
flop.
in the hand. Ace 4 for Гаэль. King of Hearts, 8 of Diamonds for Liv. Right to the flop we go.
Гаэль hoping to catch a break here. Double up and take the chip lead.
4 in
Flop
the
is
window.
4-5-6. Гаэль makes
Pair of
bottom
fours
pair.
leads.
But as you see, the percentages really haven't changed much at all. Boëri picks up a 7 to hit a gut shot straight as one of her outs.
Turn is 6 of hearts. No help for
Sixes and
Liv.
fours. Best
Now
game
Gail's a
right there.
better favorite. Just
Here's the
needs
river.
to dodge the 7, 8, or King.
And it's a 9.
Rivers
Gáэль
and
Bowman
9 of
doubles
clubs,
up.
and Гаэль Bowman has doubled up into the
31,000
lead.
now, and the lead.
Bowman showing a bit of resiliency.
19.
Back to our featured table. Blinds at 6 and 1,200, and Гаэль Bowman still in the lead.
She's got the button, and she's had a lot of aces in this match. Here's another one, Ace 7 off.
She'll call.
That's a bit of a different look.
8-6 for Liv.
All in.
And she raises all in. Quick call from Bowman.
Wow. Liv must think that whenever Gail's limping the button, she's weak enough to just go away.
7
She got
for
her
Gáэль,
foot caught in a
8-6
trap here.
For Liv. Let's see the flop.
And the flop.
Feeling lots of 6s.
Oh,
Ace
she
high,
didn't want to
2
feel that
fours.
ace.
Very
It's
good
gonna be
flop
hard
for
to
Gáэль
win.
Bowman.
I need some help.
Liv has a firm grasp of her fate
It's not
here.
the best, is it?
She needs a 5 through an 8 on the turn just to have a shot at winning this pot on the river.
Now the turn.
The turn card.
Another
Oh,
ace,
and
Gáэль
what a
Bowman.
punctuation mark on this match. Gáэль Bowman advances to the round of 32.
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Well played. Good game. Good luck.
Credit Gáэль Bowman. She kept her composure when she was down and out and combated Liv's aggressiveness.
Thank you.
Gáэль will move on to take on Dan Smith